Ang Children's Legal Bureau o CLB pinaagi sa pagsuporta sa KKS Carl Hubel Stiftung nagmugna ining programa matag Sabado alang sa mga bata o kabataan sa Sugbo. Ang kabataan karon pagpananog sa advokasya, pagpanalipod sa mga minor de edad, patok sa pagpangabuso, pagpahimulos, pagduso sa ilang mga katugot. Ang kabataan karon kada semana tukion ang mga suliran o sitwasyon sa mga bata o kabataan, pagpanayag sa mga opinyon, pagpasamot sa mga balaod o panisiya. Ang kabataan karon mga child rights advocates atong paminawon. Inubanan sa Children's Legal Bureau Incorporated pag-auhag sa katauhan sa pagpaminaw o pagsalmo matag alas 3 hangtod sa alas 4 sa hapon sa Sabado. Ang kabataan karon.
So, ang bag-ong oras karon alas 11:30 hangtod alas 12:30 sa Domingo.
Mayong buntag sa tanan nga tigpaminaw. Aniya na sab kita sa atong giatngan nga child-friendly radio program diri sa Sugbo. Ang Kabataan Karon. Ako day yung alagad karong buntag, si Feby K. Ornopia nga usa ka CRA nga gikan sa Barangay Kasili.
Maayong buntag sa tanang tigpaminaw, ako sab si Marian Zara Bandoy, ang project staff sa KKS Alert Project sa Children's Legal Bureau.
Ug ako si Copolse from G. Baltazar, ang Policy Development and Advocacy staff sa Children's Legal Bureau.
So, kumusta man ang atong mga suking tigpaminaw ug tigtan-aw sa atong live streaming? Hinaot nga maayo inyong kahimtang diha. Relax lang kamo samtang maminaw sa atong maundanon nga episode karong buntag. Kining atong programa namugna tungod sa Children's Legal Bureau o CLB nga usa ka non-government organization o NGO nga nagpanalipod sa makatungod sa mga bata, kabatan-unan o kababayan-an.
Sulod sa usa ka oras atong madunggan ang mga nagkalaing-laing ideya nga atong mahisgutan dinhi niining atong programa bahin sa World Safer Internet Day. Makita og madungog diay ang atong programa karon sa live sa Facebook, sa DYKZ or sa Children's Legal Bureau FB account. Mahimusad nga mangutana og maghatag mo og mga greetings pinaagi sa pag-comment sa Facebook sa live sa Children's Legal Bureau or pwede pud mo manawag sa hotline sa DYKZ 407-0841.
Siyempre, ayaw po ninyo kalimti o butang inyong mga active na contact number para dali kamo makontak sa mga abogado. Kung gusto mo magpakonsulta sa mga abogado sa magkalaylaing issue mahitungod sa mga bata like child abuse, palihog lang taog answer sa Children's Legal Assistance Form nga makita sa pinpo sa CLB FB page.
Siyempre, ayaw po ninyo kalimti og butang sa inyong mga active nga contact number para dali mo makontak sa mga abogado.
So, karong buntag di ay kinatay guest from the Police Department Policy Development Officer si Miss Copolse from Baltazar from the Policy Department Office of the CLB. So, good morning, Miss. Maayong buntag.
Good morning, Phoebe.
So, before ta magsugod niining mabungahon nga kabuntagon, so mangumusta lang ako sa kumakauban diri, no? Labi na, diyan ni si Ate Zar, kay dugay-dugay na gini siya wala diri sa sulod sa booth, and ni Miss Coco. So, kumusta man mo, mga ate? So, unsa man atong mga kalambuan nga nahimo karon og unsa man ang atong mga sitwasyon sa mga barangay? Nabatay mga seminars og unsa man ang mga kalambuan sa makabatan-unan sa inyong mga barangay? So, Ate Zar?
Once again, good morning everyone. Good morning Phoebe. Good morning Coco. Ako, thank you for asking question no kung kamusta ko. Okay ako. At mauto sakto si Phoebe, dugay-dugay na ko wala ka balik diri sa booth. So, bago gahapon nga experience balik. Bago rasad ko ni balik sa CLB paniaging last 2 weeks kagikan ko og vacation. Na-recharge pod ko, kay gikan ro lagi og bakasyon. So, sa CLB, wala pa kay may gaano nga lihok-kalihukan or activities kay bago pa man ni sugod ang tuig, no? So, amo pagitagaan og time ang mga LGU to kanang debrief sa ilang pag-year end. Pero, karong tiabot nga January 31, 2026 na ami paghimuonon nga free legal aid clinic sa Barangay Tugbungan, sa Tugbungan Elementary School na kundiin tambungan kini sa mga na po ka abogado ready to serve no ilahang free legal services. Akong giahag ang tanang taga konsolasyon labi na ang mga taga barangay Tugbungan no nga sila'y motambong ani kay para kay ang mga serbisyo ani kay free ra and dili pud kaayo napod ka ng forum inig kabuntag on OSAEC or Online Sexual Abuse and Exploitation Children and Child Sexual Abuse and Exploitation Materials. So awareness forum ni siya inig kabuntag. Nya after motong panghitabo at 10:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. na ay free legal aid clinic. Libre ang pagpanotaryo o libre pod ang pagpakonsulta. Among this, akong i-mention ang mga serbisyo nga pwede nila i-konsulta o ipanotaryo. Affidavit of loss, affidavit of two disinterested person, affidavit of legitimation, affidavit of use of the surname of the father, affidavit of paternity and recognition, affidavit of cohabitation, demand letter for support, affidavit of solo parents, and other kinds of simple affidavits. So, walay apil ani nga mga commercial affidavits. Pwede po sila magpakonsulta og mga kaso such as sex trafficking, labor trafficking, child labor, child work, illegal recruitment, organ trafficking, child abuse, cyberbullying, children in conflict with the law or child at risk, and then, of course, VAUC. Naapod ang LCR sa konsulasyon para sa katungganahan magpa-correct sa ilahang birth entry, and of course ang PSA para sa ganahan ma-process ug mag-process sa ilahang mga national ID.
So, how about you, Ate Coco, na kay mga i-share na mo?
I'm also okay. Thanks for asking. I also just came from Christmas vacation, so I'm also recharged. And dayon nagsinulog pod, so a little bit more recharged after that. Dayon, for the Policy Development and Advocacy Office, we don't have anything planned as of yet, but we do host or we do conduct our regular Para sa Kabataan online forum. They are online forums or discussions that we have online, so we do it via Zoom. We have our participants, we invite our participants, and we also open it to the public by posting it on Facebook and YouTube. So if you have not yet seen our 2025 Volume 6 episodes, then you can access them through our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, both entitled or named Children's Legal Bureau, our accounts. We also have our upcoming 2026, our Volume 7 episodes, so watch out for them by liking and following our Facebook page so you can be updated on the schedules. Thank you.
Yes. So before to magsugod no Phoebe sa atong mabungahon nga episode karong buntag, pwede pa nimo kami tagaan kay ako dugay na jud ko bag-o pa niabot sa karong booth no. Pwede mo kami tagaan og kanang overview unsa man ang nahitabo pag last episode.
So, pag last episode, no, it was a very kanang immersive and lingaw jud kay siya nga episode actually kay kanang that was the first time nga wala among mga sila Ate Zar diri sa booth, and also cool ba jud kayo siya kay we were kay nag-talk kami ra gid diri nag-talk unsupervised. So ang kay nag-talk overall kay nag-talk me all about sinulog, kung unsa ang sinulog and nganong importante man ni siya diri sa mga Cebuano, importante ni siya sa mga kabatanunan diri sa Cebu. Then also storya sa me all about sa amo mga lessons nga na learn or nakatunan pag niaging tuig or pag 2025 nag-talk me all about unsa na pagpa-better pa among studies, unsa na mo nga dili na mi mag-procrastinate sa among mga schoolworks, dili na mag-extend sa among pasensya sa nag-talk me all about unsaon na mo pagita balik among kaugalingon nga murag among nawala pag 2025 kung unsa ang mga dapat ibilin pag 2025 o kanang mga lessons nga dapat mo if you need to live your life to the fullest, and you also giunsa man ni pag-shape ang kani nga mga lessons o ang mga panghitabo pag 2025 nga mas better pa mi nga person karon 2026. And overall, it was a very kanang lingaw gid nga episode, and we get to know more each other, kami mga CRA here sa booth. So, marito siya tanan, and yeah. So, sa sunod, karong buntag kay ang atong topic nga pagdiskusyonan karon kay mahitungod sa World Safer Internet Day. So, nganong kaha nga ato ni siya dapat nga hisgutan. Ngano ka ni Ate Zar?
Syempre, Phoebe, from the word itself, no? World Safer Internet Day. So, magisgot jud ta ani on technology, internet, social media, perhaps. So, first na tay upat ka objective. Ang una ani, kay to know more and understand more about our online safety, digital rights, and how to be a responsible internet user through, of course, engaging podcast discussion. Ikaduha, kay to know and understand the common unsa man ang mga online risk sa internet such as cyberbullying, online scams, misinformation, and privacy threats. Ikatulo, dapat makapromote po ta og critical thinking, no, and media literacy para sa ato ang mga listeners, especially to the youth. And they will, at the end of the day, they will be able to discuss on how to evaluate online content ngan maka-identify pod sila og mga fake news. Lastly, kinahanglan nato, gibuhat ni nato to support nation building and i-shape nato ang mindset sa youth and how to be i-shape nato ang mindset sa youth on how to be digital responsible while they are using technology and internet.
So, sakto ginita na, no? So, magpasalamat ta karon nga naagid si Ate Coco para matubag ang atong mga pangutana bahin sa atong diskusyon karong buntag. So, mayong buntag once again, Miss Coco.
Mayong buntag, Phoebe and Zara.
So, sa first nga pangutana nato karong buntaga, no? So, unsa magini ang World Safer Internet Day og giunsa man ni siya pag-start or pag-sugod og ngano importante man ni siya karon?
So, first of all, World Safer Internet Day is a day that we, duty bearers and a lot of the rest of the world, we observe this day to commemorate or to bring organizations and stakeholders and duty bearers and individuals together so that we can reach the common goal of creating a safer internet for the world, but primarily for children. So, a safer internet, a friendlier online community for children, and to reach as many internet users as possible so that, again, we can provide them with the tools and resources to keep them safe and also just to promote positivity all around. It started many years ago, actually, I think in 2004, with the Safe Borders Project. That project, again, because it's not even in the name, diba, Safer Internet Day, it's not really clear if it's for children, but the Safe Borders Project was for children, and it was the Safer Internet Day was created, named as the day that we commemorate because we want to protect children and we want to create an online community that children can feel safe in because they're we can eliminate the possibility of abuse and exploitation regarding children. It is held on the every second Tuesday of every February of every year, and that's why it is celebrated. It's a very important day.
So you mentioned, Ate Coco, no nga the World Safer Internet Day, even though wala siya na mention on the project itself, kay it is for the children, no, to have an avenue or a platform nga maskin use sila og internet or technology kay safe gihapon sila. So you mean, Ate Coco, nga there are abuse that happens online towards children?
Yes, there's
Okay, so unsa ni sila nga mga abuse nga commonly nga nang manghitabo online?
There's a lot of abuse and exploitation that is happening online. I think primarily what everyone is most familiar with and what is easily digestible for our viewers and listeners would be cyberbullying. Diba? It's very common and it's very prevalent. Everyone, like tanang tao nga naay social media, would encounter it. If you're not a victim of it, then then you see it, at least you encounter some of it online. It can take it can take many forms. It can be trolling, impersonation, hacking, stuff like that. Kanang it's seen everywhere on the internet, and it's not easily avoidable. It's like harassment. There's also exclusion. It's very common, and I think everyone knows what it is. Bullying is, any form of bullying or harassment or kanang abuse towards a person using online platforms. So, yeah, it's not always in posts, but it can also be in that person's inbox. But aside from cyberbullying, which is, again, the most common, there's also OSAEC and CISAM. So, for some of you that you don't know what OSAEC and CSAM means it's online sexual abuse and exploitation of children and child sexual abuse and exploitation materials. So, if you heard earlier sa kanang plug ni Zara, it's the topic of this Saturday's discussion on right before the legal aid in Tugbungan. It's a very important topic, and it has also been discussed numerous times in the Para sa Kabataan online forum. So you can go back to our Para sa Kabataan online forum, or you can go attend the forum in Tugbungan so that you can know more about it. But an overview of OSAEC and CSAM is it's basically an online it's online abuse. So CSAM or OSAEC, wait lang. For OSAEC, it's actually the use of online or the use of technology or online platforms or social media to abuse and exploit children. The most common form of it would be soliciting photos or videos or content from minors or children. Diba? It's similar to a severe form of cyberbullying, but there's this qualifying factor element that ang victim kay bata or children. That's why it's OSAEC. The C sa last is for children, and again, it's soliciting photos or explicit images or sexually abusive content from minors or from the minors' children sometimes. And it's also not just soliciting, but it's also selling or distributing it online. So that's OSAEC, or a form of OSAEC. And there's also CSAM. So CSAM or CSAM sometimes. It stands for Child Sexual Abuse and Exploitation Materials. It is not an act, but it is prohibited. The creation or the distribution of it is prohibited. That's the act. But CSAM is the material. So CSAM, it's any sexually explicit content involving a minor. So it's illegal and it's abusive. So those are the two ways or common forms of online abuse and exploitation.
With that, no, kay, I remember a quote nga, kindness costs absolutely nothing. Pero with that, kay, murag, it is very sad to hear nga, naga po yung mga cases of child exploitation online or even kaning mga cyberbullying online nga naitabo. So, murag, it is so cruel nga for anyone and everyone to experience nga this kind of evil in this world, no, kay we are supposed to be safe in the internet, manggod, kasi it is where we express ourselves, manggod. So like with that, ate, kay that leads me to the question, what usaman nga nung namagi mga kaning mga children nga ma-exploit online despite the kanang mga initiatives and the laws nga gikuan sa atong government karon?
Okay, so I think that's a very common question in our forums regarding OSAEC or about OSAEC and CSAM, and the most common answer would be poverty, because here in the Philippines, diba, it's not a secret really. It's not really anything to question. Nga we are severely impoverished. Here in the Philippines, there are communities that are so impoverished nga musugot na lang sila nga ibaligya ang ilahang pictures or ibaligya ang pictures sa ilang mga anak sa kanang mga tao nga naay kakayahan or naay enough nga money to spend for those pictures, to exploit those children and distribute them as well. I think it's very obvious nga poverty is one of the reasons why we are so exploited, because it makes us vulnerable and it makes us hungry, diba? There's a quote about hunger, manggo, diba? I forgot what it is, but it's about hunger, and hungry people do anything to, get what they need, and because you're so hungry, musugot na lang ka. Kay unsaon man imong
Survival mode.
So, sir, you're in survival mode, but it's also evil, manggod. So even if you're hungry, you still shouldn't.
To protect your dignity.
But it's not the victims. It's usually the adults in their lives that don't choose to answer to a lawful calling na lang. They choose to exploit their children, offer their children for exploitation for people abroad, because again, we're talking about online, because our world is so online now. It's different to what it was before nga kanang you can just be abused. The abuse is contained in a particular place lang. Now, a person from abroad, a person from the US can exploit someone from here in the Philippines, because again, we are so vulnerable and we are so kanang prone to abuse because of that vulnerability. And another factor is because, diba, I said from the US, usually from English-speaking countries, because Filipinos know how to speak English. So it's easier for us to communicate as compared to other nations where they don't study English, you know, even the impoverished, even the out of school youth, kanang they know even a little bit of English, they understand and they can communicate with those the people that exploit them from abroad. So pair our poverty with our ability to speak English, it makes us very vulnerable and easy to exploit. And diba, you know, again, we are so hungry, we are so impoverished that we would do anything to survive na lang. I'm actually right now reminded of a quote that I heard from Attorney Archil because we conducted a Para sa Kabataan online forum last year. I think it was the episode entitled Human Trafficking, a Severe Human Rights Violation with Attorney Archil and Attorney Yuvik, where Attorney Archil said about her study that if you, because our world is so used to and is so into consumerism, that when you do not have the ability to consume, or when you do not have the power to consume, you become the consumable. So ang mga tao nga walay kakayahan nga to consume or to buy or to eat or to to buy stuff to eat, then they become the consumable. Sila na ang content nga i-consume or sila na ang i-consume sa katong mga nay kakayahan, usually from people abroad that has that power compared to us, like exponentially.
And like no children dili nila deserving nga mo go through that kanang kind of situation, because once again children needs to be protected, and they are so vulnerable to this, to the fact with the fact nga kanang murag they are so easily makontent naman sila gagmay nga mga butang, like tagarin mo sila sweets with that, okay that's good na sila. So like they need to be protected and no children should be subjected to that kind of evil. Okay?
True. Sakto gid ka, Phoebe.
So this is for Ate Zar. Ate Zar, what does a safer internet means to you?
Okay. Safer internet, actually wala ra ni siya kayo difference or big difference on being safe online. So if you are, for example, offline, you are walking on the street. So if you feel safe nga, wala, dili ka ma-harm, dili ka ma-aksidente, dili ka bastoson, dili ka i-harass, dili ka kawatan, it's the same on being online. It's just that naata sa social media online. So being safe online for me means dili ka, you can freely do anything you want, no? Nga without being afraid of being harassed or exploited or being scammed even. So, for example, you are browsing, no? You are browsing in the internet. So, if you are being safe online, for me, you are not afraid of posting anything online nga dili ka i-bully ba, dili ka dili i-criticize imong physical appearance or asa ka nagpuyo. So for me, ang being safe online, you are not afraid that someone might hurt you, someone might exploit you even.
So with that, we were talking about kanang being safe in online spaces, no? With that, nagi na siya mga common online risk, no? So what do you think the youth should be more aware of nga mga risk so that if maka-encounter sila, maka-recognize sila and ma-prevent nila ang kanang situation or risk?
Mostly ang common risk karon no, dili lang ni siya actually gina-encounter sa mga youth but also adults. So the mostly common risk are motong ingon ni Ate Coco ganiha ang cyberbullying, ang fake news. Laganap gid kaayo ang fake news, no, especially during election. So I hope the youth will be aware of that. Ang mga personal information, scammer, napay term ana ang unsa ganina ang kanang magpretend ka that you are the person when in fact you're not. Impersonation, phishing. So daghan ka ay na no nga dapat maging aware ang mga youth para when they encounter it, they should double check everything.
Yes, which is kanang it is a necessary skill na when we are in digital nga we need to triple check. Bisag kalimaon pa nimo nag-check as long as you can feel safe or masatisfy ka nga makaingon jud ka nga safe jud ka ani nga kuan. You must do that, no.
Maging socially responsible pud ka, maging so responsible netizen, no? Kay when it can really affect. It's like a domino effect, manggod. For example, nakakita ka og news, and then that news contains information nga very important, ingon na lang nato about the government or what. If you spread that and it is not real, it can cause panic. For example, kanina lang nahitabo ni sa Cebu, pag earthquake, no?
Yeah.
Pag last earthquake, someone posted a picture of SRP nga hubas na daw ang
May
water.
tubig, yeah.
So it caused panic to everyone here in Cebu nga basin mag-tsunami na. So I hope ang mga youth kay even though we have the free will, we have the freedom to post anything online, you should also know the responsibility as you as a netizen nga dili ka dapat makakos og gubot or panic sa uban pod nga tawo.
Yeah, so with that, no, kaya let me share my experience, no, regarding katong nga time nga kanang ganig naka-face or naka-witness ko og kanang online safety issue. It really happened to me. So like I am subscribing to premium accounts, like for example kanang mga premium subscriptions sa Spotify, sa Netflix, Canva. And I saw nga pwede di ko makalas because Netflix nowadays kanang mga accounts sa Netflix kay it is 500 good siya. As a student, kaya di ko ka-afford ana if I don't sacrifice my baon for 1 week. So, like, nakakita ko og kanang tag 120 nga Netflix account. So, like, di kagad ko because of course, it is cheap and also I saw nga proof nga legit daw ani ana. But, nakakita na gud ko nga naninagri ako mga angry reacts sa comments o even siya mga posts, but I ignored it kay basig mga trolls sa bakay uso jud kay nang trolling gid sa Facebook labi na sa kanang RPW or sa kanang mga roleplay world ing ana uso kay na sa Facebook karon. So nikagat ko kas of course it's cheap, naghatag siyang bank details, so nikagat ko, but later on, I looked it up because my gut feeling is telling me nga, you should check it out, basig scam. Mato kay pag check na ko, nag-search ko online, pag tanaw na ko, it is a duplicate account of someone legit. So, mato kay Merg, nakuha ko, pagbalik na ko sa among convo, instant nga i-give ni ang password og ang account number. Gid-block ko niya. Which is, kanang murag, wala, na-block na ko. Sayang na bagit ang 120 kay, ay kat, di man na mapunit ang kwarta nga diha-dihara. Money is
True.
money, yun, diba? So, for me, what I did is, I actually went to the website Scamwatch Pilipinas. It is a website where if ma-scam ka, kay anak ka ba, dulong kay naman gina sila mga hotlines, and also, they can connect you to the cybercrime investigation and coordinating center. And with that, kay nag-email ko and all, and na-create siya ticket along with the katong bank details ato nga guy, or that guy or girl, kay even mag sa uban ginagmera gud ang 120, no, but if magkadugay man good, yes, mo-accumulate na siya, and basing mo bold pag ginang scammer mo dag ko ang iyang ipang scam sa mga people, which is very dangerous. So I hope nga, and I was hoping nga soon kay ma-track na to siya og ma-stop na gito iyang mga scam activities, no, which is kanang recon. And with that, kay yes, Atizar?
Moto nga, even though you are very right kato nga, even though it is just 120 pesos, but for example, naka-scam siya og 50 people, no? So,
Yes.
120 times 50, dako-dako na po na,
Dako
no?
na pod.
So, moto nga, imuhang ingon nga, you experienced it firsthand, even though, maskin gani ang mga smart people, mas-scam gihapon. So, additional po ni sa commonly risk nga dapat hibantayan sa mga kabataan, and they should be guided by their parents as well. If I may go back lang, kay naka-mention ka kaniha og kanang role-playing, no?
Yeah.
Role-playing world. Usa pud ni siya nga commonly risk nga akong ganahan i-warn ang mga youth and children today nga naapoy mga manghitabo nga mga child abuse in that games. So I hope everyone would be aware and take necessary precautions para maging safe sila. Going back to your experience, Phoebe, if I may ask, how did you handle it, and then bagan, how does it affected you mentally? Like, nag-think ka ba nganong even nganong baltok man ko pero na-scam gihapon ko, nga na ba imong thought nganong wala nimo gi-double check, nag-self-blame baka, or in fact dili man unta na nimo sayop gyud, sayop na sa scammer?
Actually, that time, kamura kong na-stress. Kaya once again, di kinapunit ang kwarta. But, bisagon sa panangagamay ang kwarta gyapon na siya. Which is, kanang ko na. That night, kay I was, nag-stress na jud kaayo ko. I was panicking because I didn't know what to do. Kay, with that, naghunahon ako, if magpalikog food with 120, mabusog naman ko. Niya na to, kay naka-scammer ko ging ato. Tapos, I was kay like wala na ko gisod ako instinct no, like nanagi signs pero I chose to ignore it. Nag self doubt na ko kay nganong wala man nimo gi-triple check, wala namang kagikuan, wala namang wala man nimo gi-check pag yung maayo, nag-dig deeper ka na naman na information available sa internet. So like yeah, there comes the self blaming, the stress, the anxiety, and karon kay yeah, I've learned my lesson. Hanang I learned how to like sunod gid sa instincts, and bisag unsa kay mo dig deeper jud ka, you need to look information about the seller kay since seller man sila dira, so like nalagyan na sa information sa internet all about if legit ba sila or dili. To siya like it is a lesson learned from me. Yes,
Siguro po trust your instinct na lang,
Yeah.
no, nga kung imuhang instinct kay dili kay sure, no, nga kung tinuod ba ni siya nga tao, tinuod ba ihang business, trust your instinct na lang, look for another. And it also a reminder to everyone nga ay dili lagi mo subscribe og kuan mga illegal sites. Sige. Netflix. Wow, mahal na ba kayo ang Netflix? So, going back, no, thank you, Phoebe, for sharing it. And this might be a lesson also to other people, especially sa mga naminaw nato karon. So, going back to the topic, this question, I would like to ask Ate Coco. So, for you, Ate Coco, what role do young people play in stopping cyberbullying and promoting kindness online?
I think young people play a large role in kanang preventing cyberbullying and promoting kindness online, but primarily I think they're really in charge of spreading positivity online and kanang avoiding making sure that the people in their community are not committing or not doing cyberbullying. It's one thing that I personally do, but like not online because I'm not really online, but on offline with the people around me. Like I think the most obvious, or not obvious, but I think the most effective thing that you can do is shame people in public, because I think we've become so desensitized to shame or to kanang we're so used to meanness or to anger online that we don't even know that we ourselves are exhibiting negativity online or exhibiting meanness or anger or like all those emotions online, and sometimes we are hurting people and we don't even know that, diba? When we're posting things and we're saying things online, we don't even know that we're hurting the people that those words are directed to, or even the people that are reading them. They can be affected negatively by that. So what I would personally do offline is to shame people. Moingon gyud ko nga ayo pagingon ana kabati man sa imong batasan, because I think those words, or simply saying that, would allow them to reflect, because even though those words are quite severe nga moingon gyud kang bati na siya batasan ang kana nga tao, it's still equal to what they've said online if they've said something so negative that it would affect other people negatively online also. And allowing that person to reflect would help them become a more positive person, a better person, and that can spread throughout the online communities. Even if you're starting with one person only, as long as you're throwing a rock in a calm river, then you will start to ripple, manggod. Then in that way, you can spread positivity, spread goodness, and spread kindness in the online community. So even if you can't do, and for those people who can't do that, like if you don't engage in social media that much, like me, then what you can do is to simply be kind yourself. So, not engaging with negative content and being like you yourself could spread positivity, letting your account be a safe space for people, for other communities online. Then that can also be a way that you can promote kindness and eliminate cyberbullying.
So you mean, Ate Coco, we must attack the action, no? Not the person.
Yes.
So I do agree with that. So kay kung ang person man go nang imong i-attack, kuan kanang wala na kay difference sa ilahang gibuhat. But if you correct them, like by making them reflect what they did is wrong, and it can harm other people, especially the mental health, no, kay when it comes to cyberbullying, I think they can realize, no, and take action to it themselves. So Ate Coco, we've been online, especially the youth now. Halos most of our time is consumed online. So how can you protect, or how can the youth protect their privacy and personal information in digital spaces?
I think what I personally do as part of the youth nga also participates in social media, I personally don't use. So, but I think this is very severe advice that isn't very favorable to a lot of people. Nga when I say nga ayaw na lang mo gamit og social media, because even though I have my accounts, I don't really go on them a lot. I avoid them as much as I can. I only use Facebook for work, and I use I don't really take my news from there, but I go on Instagram sometimes and TikTok sometimes to scroll, but I never post. And I think that helps me protect my privacy a lot, because I'm not like going out on social media and posting my business online for other people to see and consume and make fun of and think of and spread and gossip about. I think that's why I personally think that my privacy is protected. But again, I don't think this is a favorable response or favorable answer to a lot of people, because they use social media a lot, and that's okay because it's not illegal to use social media. But if you really can't avoid going on social media, then I think like posting less, or
Less.
not posting relevant or critical information on your social media would be good for your privacy also, and being critical of what you see and what you click, and the links that you click, being critical of it and being vigilant, I think is really good. And also what I personally do on TikTok and Instagram, because there are reels there, and you can just scroll, you go into this black hole and you doom scroll na. I think it would be good if you can form or mold your algorithm in a way that wouldn't negatively impact you and wouldn't allow you to click on so many links so many times that it would like plunge you into this kanang web of information farming, data farming nga mga links,
So I have to agree with Ate Coco, no? Murag, pero dili jud siya applicable to everyone. Kay there are other people gyud nga bagan they take solace pod in uploading their pictures or their whereabouts on social media. But for me, Ate Coco, mag-add lang ko, if dili gyud kanang mapugnan ang to post online, I think I have to agree with Ate Coco nga you shouldn't post your very personal information such as your address, your birth date, even your card numbers, your, diba?
Your phone numbers,
your phone numbers, email. So one of the things that I do, Ate Coco, kay dili ko mag-post in real time. Like I do post pictures a week after, 2 weeks after, or even a year after na. Kay somehow manggod na ko yung news ato nga nabatian nga ang yahang stalker, kay sige siya very manggod siya, very online siya nga person. Sige, social media personality nilang. So everywhere she goes, kay she posts it online, she shares her location. Yan, at the end of the day, she was robbed sa kato nga stalker. So I think one way of protecting yourself online is to take precautionary measures as well. Kung unsa lang nga information ang imuhang i-share, you can post it kay you want remember. Sometimes Instagram are used by people to upload pictures for remembrance, diba? So I think if you can also you can still do it, but you should take precautionary measures on how to be safe online.
And additional sa no kanang I as a youth I consume social media kay since mo naman ni amo solace we find solace kay since nag online classes magantibok school year amo school so like online class online mag activities online so like we do consume tapos mag-rant kami sa Facebook sa Facebook sa IG mag-share og post so for me I protect my kanang personal information and my privacy kay I do not share too much like I share my emotions but I do not share that too much to the specific core na yun. I only share what is the kanang babaw what is the surface level of my emotions like for example I feel so frustrated ani nga subject I only kanang mangita na kog post sa IG di ako na siya i-story na siya like dili nimo dapat i-share mo location, dili ka dapat mo detail og may social media kay daghan jud kayo mga tao nga mukawat si mo identity, daghan kay mga phishing scams, daghan kayo nga mo kanang usalan nimo ka-click ana nga link, hurot na tanan nimo information sa imong cellphone. So like as youth, we must be very careful good with sharing our information online kay daghan jud rampant jud kay ang mga scams and also ang kanang they can also use your information against you online manggod. That will be subject to bullying side in so like you shouldn't tell everything in your social media again. You should keep yourself your true self private. Yes.
I have to agree with that, Phoebe. So if I may add, this question is for you both. For you guys, in what ways can the internet be used by the youth for a positive change? Like, for example, advocacy or even in nation building. Sige, Coco.
Okay. So I think the main things that I personally do so that I can use the internet for positive change, advocacy, and nation building is I engage with content that I know will enrich my mind but will also enrich other people's minds if I share that information. So an example would be this particular kanang program, the Ang Kabataan Karon program. It's live streamed in the DYKC Facebook account and also in the CLB Facebook account. And in those live streams, by engaging in those live streams, by watching the live stream, I enrich my mind because I'm absorbing information from experts or from duty bearers that discuss relevant topics. And by engaging with that content, by absorbing that content information, I am enriching my mind. And if I want other people's mind to be enriched as well, minds to be enriched as well, I would share those the episodes, diba? And I think that's already creating a ripple. As I said earlier, if you throw a stone in a calm river, then in a calm body of water, then you're creating a ripple, and that's already causing some change, some positive change, hopefully. So by engaging with the Ang Kabataan Karon program or with the PSK program, the Para sa Kabataan program, then we are engaging with content that is relevant and is good content. We spread that content and we allow other people to see it, then we're already creating positive change. Another thing would be simply engaging with content that again aligns with my views and spreading it and being more vigilant, because when you do that, being more vigilant with the content that I consume, making sure that I'm consuming the type of content that I need or that I want, so that my mind is enriched and not I'm not just doom scrolling for the sake of scrolling, diba? When you're doom scrolling, you're just wasting time. That's nothing different than staring at a wall for for the amount of time that you spend on your phone when you're just doom scrolling, because you're not actually absorbing the information. You're just stimulating your mind mindlessly, like blindly, diba? I personally think. Not scientifically backed yet, but yeah, being more vigilant with the kind of content that I consume allows me to mold my algorithm in a way. So diba, the algorithm exists now because when you engage with the type of content, mugawas gyud na siya in your feed or in your FYP, diba, the type of content you first engage with. Even if you just watch it, if you watch it the entire video, even if you don't like or share it or love it, then you're already adding it to your algorithm, and the app would show you that. And so when you're engaging with content that you think is positive and is would spread goodness and kindness in the world and would allow children to be more represented, then you are putting it on your algorithm and you're sharing it and you're putting it on other people's algorithm, and I think that's a good way of creating positive change. Again, as I said earlier, the social media is used by a lot of people in a negative manner. They use it so that maka-exploit sila mga tao nga mga tao or mga bata nga vulnerable or prone to exploitation, and you directly combat that by sharing information that is published by verified accounts or credible accounts like the Children's Legal Bureau page or other pages like the IACAT page. They publish a lot of articles or they share a lot of articles or a lot of posts that are very relevant, and I think that's very helpful when you as a child that has many friends or followers or likers that are also children. It would help you. It would help protect them as well.
Also, to add lang, we should not see social media as a very harmful place. Kaya murag ing ana na iyahang kuan manggod, ing ana iyahang view karon nga days. So I think we should start changing it by using social media as a weapon, added weapon to combat these cases na lang on child abuses like child trafficking. So instead, as a youth, I think we should share more information, use our social media platforms to advocate also our advocacy such as child's rights protection, right? So if you can share information, sakto to katong ingon ni Ate Coco, CLB is very active on posting things and even IACAT. So if you share those things nga gina-post sa mga Facebook page, kay you're also helping other people to have awareness on certain issues.
Yes, and you're boosting their posts
Yes.
as well. You would boost our posts, so you're allowing other people to see it. So when you do that, you're also boosting, I guess, our account, and you're allowing people to see our account, not just the content as well, but also the services that we offer to other people. So maybe you can even help other people by directly sharing our, let's say, our legal assistance form, allowing other people to know that we offer these services, that other duty bearers, other NGOs here in Cebu or in the Philippines or around the world, they offer the services that can help people that are right now don't know what they have to do to escape a situation that they want to escape. Diba?
Yes.
And also being social responsible kay it also means nga you are aware also of our social issues nga nang hitabo, especially sa ato ang nasod, no?
Yes.
So you can also spread news and not fake news. Please be very vigilant of fake news. Double check, triple check even if you can do that. So again, this question is for Phoebe na as being kay tika human naman ang youth. Human ang youth sa duha. Nahurot ang youth sa duha. Kang Phoebe na lang ni nga message. For you, Inday, what message or advice would you give to the fellow young people, no, to help create a safer and more responsible online environment?
Okay, so first is, let's use social media. Let's say, a blank canvas. So, let's basta manggad no, mag-paint, kay we must choose the colors very carefully, mix the colors very carefully, and even, kana gani ato i-view ang shape nga, like, mugaw siya nga, okay, ganahan ko mag-paint og sunset. So, muna siya, like, it is very beautiful, no nga, we must always think, no nga, dapat kani siya ang magawa. So, that's same in using social media. So, when you're using social media, you always think before you click. Kay, remember, kada tao nga naali ko na gamit ang account kay tao man sad, they also have feelings, and yeah, they also can get hurt. So let's think nga kana nga tao kay nay feelings and also human like you. Kay if ikaw naka sa iyang position nga ikaw ang gisultian nimo ana, ikaw ang gisultian sa laing tao ana, so like ma-hurt masag ka. So yeah, you should also put yourself in that position of the person nga you're about to say hateful words or you're about to do something kana nga bad good. And also you once again, being kind costs absolutely nothing. So let's be kind, let's spread positivity, and let's always be kind to one another. Kay once again, bitaw raman gyud tatanan. And also, if possible, gani nga makita jud kaog kaning mga abuse online, you should go and stand up for others. Like, you can share them call out and even share them information kung asa sila moduol. Then, you can also like kanang pwede makamu-message nga like kanang here you can message this page or you can fill up this form nga you can kanang pwede na jud ka moduol diri if you really need help or to have kanang mga legal aids against the person. So yeah, let's always be kind, let's always think before we click, and once again we must remember nga the person behind every account is also a person. So yeah, that's all that is our.
So thank you. Very insightful kay siya, no? Think before you click and be kind.
So, that's all, no? So, thank you so much sa akong pagtubag sa mga questions, Ate Zar and Ate Coco. It was naghatag siya daghang nga information sa kanang kabataan, no? It was very informative session for all of us, no? So, thank you so much. And atong napaminaw og unsa ang World Day Safer Internet Day. So, ngano dapat nga isip usa ka kabatanunan og unsa ni siya kaimportante nganong need nato i-recognize as a call to action among the youth, because we have the responsibility and the power to make online world safer, kinder, and more inclusive. We must choose to think before we click, speak up against cyberbullying, protect privacy, and verify information before sharing it. We must use our voice, our platforms, and even our influence to promote respect and truth online. We must be responsible digital citizens and leaders, because a safer internet begins with informed, courageous, and empowered youth, and it begins with you. So hinaot nga kita tanan maging usa ka child right advocate bisan unsa pa ta ka bata or katigulang. Kay nagtuo mi labi na sa Children's Legal Bureau na kung nindot ang pag-nurture sa bata o gitagaan siya og sakto nga pag-atiman og oportunidad kina siya bright future ahead, and they will become a great help to our nation's future.
So, hapit naman mahuman ang atong oras ug sa katapusan kitang mga kabatanunan mo padayon unta ta sa pag-advocate sa kaayuhan sa kabataan ug labi na ang ilang mga katungod. Kay every child has the right to live, right to be protected, they have the right to develop, and of course, they also have the right to participate. Masin na atay mga greetings and shout-out sa atong hotlines and FB Live, Phoebe.
So, shout out di ay ni Mr. Dodo Anthony Malon, ni Ma'am Estela Quezon, ni Sir Rene Repaha, and also to Carl Justin Camilla, who is now currently watching, to all my family, my friends, to Azumi, nga busy karon for uncovering the truth sa Binalio landfill, to Chloe, to Sikala, to Meal Squad, and to my BS Physics 1A family, and to the BS Physics department. And ikaw, Ate Coco, sino kay gani shout out?
Yeah, I would like to shout out to my family, my parents in Calbayog City, Samar, my sisters, and my brother, and also, of course, my baby niece, Gracie. I would like to shout out to her. And also my 5 friends.
Yeah.
Ikaw, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 friends lang siya shout out.
How about you, Ate Zar?
Yes, thank you. Ganahan ako i-shout out Amethyst Macasil. Ganahan pod ko i-plug ang t-shirt sa CLB. You can check our design on Facebook page, Children's Legal Bureau, and all the proceeds will be our legal defense fund para sa mga bata nga naay giatbang nga kaso sa korte. Na, of course, kung naatay cases on child abuse and child trafficking, please do report it to us. Our hotline is 255-8016. Akong balikon, 255-8016. Pwede pod mo mamisita sa amo ang office, number 10 Queens Road, Barangay Campot House, Cebu City. At bangla ni siya sa burger joint and likod sa Iglesia ni Cristo sa May Mango.
So, I guess, diri lang takutom nining programa karon. Once again, ako di ay si Fabi K. Ornopia, usa ka CRA nga gikan sa Barangay Kasili.
Ug ako sad balik si Marian Zara, ang project staff sa KKS Alert Project sa Children's Legal Bureau.
Ug ako si Kopolse from G. Baltazar, the Policy Development and Advocacy Staff of the Children's Legal Bureau.
Hinaot unta nga dunay mga nakatuna ng atong mga tigpaminaw sa atong episode.
Magkita-kita na usab kita sa atong paboritong child-friendly nga programa sa kahanginan sunod nga Domingo sa buntag. Ang Kabataan Karon.
Inyong nabati ang tulumanot, ang kabataan karon. Hangtod sa sunod higayon, ang kabataan karon.
RPN Radio Philippines Network. RPN Radio Philippines Network. DZRL Batak. DZKI Iriga.